AJ, and
How are you, mate?
welcome everybody to the start of our first watch podcast, Between Two Lugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, just a quick self-introduction. My name is Giuliano or Gian, as my good friends like to call me, and I am the head of affiliate marketing for Want Your Watch, which is a small micro brand located in Japan. And I also am the co-founder of the Watch Brief, which is a publication for watches written by watch nerds.
All right. So myself, I'm Jay. I'm from Perth, Western Australia, and some of you might know me from Dang Horology. Some
A lot
people
of
might
people
be
do.
just wondering who is this guy. No, I don't think so. Yeah. So I'm just a regular old guy. Nothing like Gian, like yourself, mate. You are into this sort of industry. But I'm just a regular old guy, just behind the camera and just who likes to take photos. And yeah, just been doing dang horology, I guess. And I also do write for Watch Brief, which is again Gian's another side project that he has started. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Do you reckon, or
I
what
think
do you
that's
think?
pretty much it.
What should
And
be?
I think as the episodes go on, you'll learn a little bit more about us. But
Yeah.
because he's a bit too humble, let me explain that Jay is a really great photographer. He has thousands of followers on Instagram. A lot of brands know him, especially brands in Australia and Japan. And well, I mean, it's probably easier to name a country where a brand hasn't sent him a watch yet. But suffice to
Yeah.
say, he's a really good guy. And in this industry, speaking as someone who receives emails almost every day asking from influencers asking, hey, can you send me a watch? Can you send me a watch? Blah, blah, blah. I tend to be very strict. And there's a good reason why Jay has received the most watches from us. So let's start it
Yeah.
off with a quick wrist check, and this is something we'll do at the start of each episode, and we'll show some B-roll as
Yep.
well. Right now, I'm wearing a watch that Jay doesn't like. This is the Seiko GMT. It's one of my favorite watches, and it's actually my only GMT. And I really love the stainless steel bezel, and
Yep.
the bracelet is really, really good, especially considering it's a Seiko. That's not something I ever thought I would say about a Seiko watch, but yes, the bracelet is definitely good. How about you, Jay?
Well, before I start, do you want to tell our listeners why I don't like Psycho? Because you
Yeah,
just said that the watch that I don't like for some reason.
okay. To Okay, Jay doesn't hate Seiko, but
Yeah.
he does, and I kind of agree to a certain extent. He thinks that Seiko no longer offers the best value for money. That there are some
I
Seiko watches where let's be honest, they kind of phone it in. They just kind of rely on their reputation. And, for a brand that used to be known as like, oh my God, you can get the quality of another one of Jay's least favorite brands, Rolex. You can get the quality of a Rolex at a fraction of the price. I mean, now Seiko's can be pretty expensive. This one, for example, MSRP in the US, thankfully I bought it in Japan where it's a lot cheaper. But MSRP was $1,600. Um, and I will say
yeah.
this, if I wouldn't have paid $1,600 for it. I really like it, but it's not worth that much. Um,
Yep.
no offense to anyone who did pay that much, but yeah. But yeah, so
Yeah. I still just for me, Seiko would always be that brand where because I grew up seeing Seiko as a budget brand,
mhm.
I just cannot accept that Seiko charging that much money because now we, we live in this day and age where I can pay the sort of same money and I can support a micro brand, and the finishing would be far better.
That's
Speaking
fair.
of that, we'll get to that. But yeah, we'll do the wrist check. I am wearing one of my Grail watches, and I still can't believe that I actually have this in my hand.
Mhm.
Like it just feels like such a dream. Hey, is one of those watches that you dream about, and all of a sudden you have that in your hand, and you're like, whoa, is like, is this even real? It again, it might not mean anything to other people. I don't really care because again, it's my one of my grails. It's
Hmm.
my Longines Zulu time in titanium,
Mm.
and
Beautiful.
it has just such a beautiful meaning because it's an engagement present from my partner who I proposed to her in Japan this February in
Yeah.
2026.
Pretty awesome.
Uh, Pretty
Yeah.
awesome. It's man, it's one of those places where when I met my partner, she always said that she always had this connection with Japan. She's not
Hmm.
Japanese, she's Australian. Um, and yeah, she always had this connection. And as soon as I knew that I love this, I love this woman, I knew that I have to propose her in Japan.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a Grand Seiko. Whoa, that's a big shocker, right?
Okay.
Everyone goes for a Grand Seiko
Yeah.
because why would you choose anything else? If you're getting something in Japan, you have to go for a Grand Seiko. Again, couldn't care less about Grand Seiko. We'll probably touch on that maybe some other time.
We will. I
But
have a
yeah,
lot of thoughts about Grand Seiko.
yeah, I guess so. I mean,
Yeah.
it's all about a very good relationship building, right?
Hmm.
And hence why there are certain brands that I do prefer over, the other brands and such. It's just like yourself, we've connected really well.
Yes.
Um, and I've said that to a lot of people, including yourself, that if I don't connect with the brand owner, um, it's just very hard to sort of work with it. At the end of the day, you are working with, materialistic things, but then
Hmm.
again, it just you wanna what's the right way to put it? It's you wanna put that life into that material,
Oh
right?
yeah, for
And
sure.
if the brand owner is really nice and explain things, and then you just have that kind of relationship, it automatically just becomes this kind of job, if you want to call it the job.
Yeah.
Um, a lot easier because then again you connect with the watch, you really enjoy the time with it, and then from the photography perspective, you tend to do a little bit more than usual,
Hmm.
if I could say. And,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
That actually brings to mind what got you into watches. So not just the influencer space, but watches as a whole. What started this hobby for you?
Yeah, well, look, it's one of those things where, we've heard these kind of stories like, plenty of times, especially people in the watch industry
Yeah.
or in the collecting space and such.
Hmm.
It's just nothing new. It's one of those things where, my dad, again, it's one of those things, we've heard it many times. So my dad got me a G-Shock when I was a
Okay.
kid. I would say I would be about 10 years old. And yeah, so it just got me G-Shock, and I was like, what is this? Being as a kid, we just don't know anything about it, and we always very curious about it.
Hmm.
And yeah, we just started playing with it and had a lot of functions, the timer and the stopwatch, as you would familiar with the G-Shock, right?
Yeah.
And what really caught my eye was that it has such a cool function, which is a light up function, right? So as a kid, you're like, what is going on? Like, how is this thing lighting up?
Yeah.
And yeah, so I was just constantly playing with it. Um, and then I remember, you know, one day my dad was wearing one of his watches. I just can't remember obviously what it was. And then there was a thing in the school. It's called show and tell,
Yeah.
right? So um, obviously end up taking my dad's watch because it caught my attention, especially after the G-Shock.
Yeah.
And when I was to the classroom and I was talking about it, and there were a few people who commented that it's a really nice looking watch.
Yes.
Again, I don't remember if I have to take it, could be an Amiga, but again, I'm not too certain about it. But yeah, so that was one of those things where I started talking to people, and then he said, "Oh, my dad's got a few watches and such as well." So I started asking my dad questions like, "How did you get this watch?" And again, it was nothing super special. He just said he just bought one.
Mm.
It was not one of those things where how we start collecting and such.
Yeah.
So yeah, so after that. as we um, get older, we sort of move on from one thing to another, and that was pretty much the end of the watches. And when I moved to Australia, I have to say I was 20. Um, and then it just always had that in the back of my head. I was like, I would really like to have, a watch,
Yeah.
just like my dad did. So we've obviously, planted that seed in my head that, I do like watches. So
Yes.
obviously, when I first got my paycheck, I ended up buying a Casio Edifice. And again,
Oh,
knowing
nice.
nothing about, knowing nothing about, and I still have that watch, by the way. It's still going, just needs a battery and a bit of a, clean, but
Hmm.
it's still in a pretty good nick. And yes, that was my first watch, and then from there I was like, okay, I need another one, and then I need another one. But that was my sort of like I only knew about just quartz watches, so that was my
Hmm.
understanding that those are the watches that exist. And then obviously when I saw my dream watch for the first time, and it's a dream watch for a reason because it was a mechanical watch, and I was just blown away by this whole process. I was like, how is this thing, just running and in such a smooth way, like especially that
Yeah.
second hands. I'm
The
like, how's that
sweeping.
thing running? Like, yeah, exactly. So it's like rather than ticking, it's sweeping. So it was just it's just um, my blew my head away.
Yeah. So
Um,
we're gonna show
so
the B-roll, of course, but what is your dream
yep,
watch for the people who just want to listen?
my Longines Hydro Conquest was my dream watch,
Hmm.
and I have it,
You have
and
it,
it was
yeah.
one of those. Yeah, I do. And it was because my partner, she knew that I was getting into watches, and I was one of those things where like we always go out, and every time I pass Mezzacali's, which are local dealer, or even just a Longines boutique, and I always say, hey, this is one of
You
those
gotta
dream
try it.
watches that
Yeah.
I gotta try it on. And I've tried on, multiple times, and I always said that when I'll make big, I'll get one of those. And it's just not one of those things where people say when they make big, they will get a Rolex or something.
Yeah.
I don't know how I connected with Longines that much. Maybe it's because when I saw a mechanical watch that was the Longines and how I, got to know about mechanical watches, and that was just the introduction. So maybe that's the reason. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we all have different starts to the addiction, as I like to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Growing up, I also wasn't too into watches, but similar to you, I guess, or similar to a lot of people, I saw my dad always had a watch, and for
Yeah.
me, it was just this adult thing. I thought,
Yeah.
okay, an adult has a watch. And then
Yeah.
my dad, he actually got me a few quartz watches. I still actually have all of these watches
Mm,
back when I was in high school.
mm.
And then I didn't really think much of it, especially when around 2021, I got an Apple Watch because I got really into fitness, which didn't stick, obviously, but
Yeah.
so and then I stopped wearing analog watches, because I thought to myself, if I need to know the time, I would look at my Apple Watch or I'll look at my phone. Um, and then I ended up working at a watch company straight out of
Yep.
straight out of college. So,
Well,
yeah, and
I
then
mean
so
that's a dream for some people, and you've already nailed that. So kudos to you, gotta say.
yeah, and I started working, and then my buddy at work, he said to me, he was teaching me about watches, and I just had a lot of questions because I wanted to be good at my job. And then I realized, okay, if I want to be good at my job, which is selling watches and selling pens, I need to
Of
know the
course,
product. So I need to know pens and I need to know watches. And then that went down the rabbit hole, a very expensive rabbit hole, but it's still a
very
fun,
much so.
a
I
fun
mean,
rabbit hole.
your missus and my missus can definitely agree on that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So my first like real watch was the Hamilton King Khaki automatic, which I still have.
Man, and you
And
started big.
yeah, and I got it for a very, very good price because I bought it from our mutual friend Brian, who's the
Yep.
co-founder of the Watch Brief. So
Yep.
actually,
Shout
the
out to
real
him.
reason he sold it to me is because
Yep.
I was about to buy a really bad Seiko quartz watch. And then
Right.
I literally told him, "Oh, I'm gonna buy this because like I don't want to spend too much on a watch." And then he immediately said, "Okay, why don't you buy this? Why don't, this is one of my watches. Like buy it. Just like if the price
Yeah.
is
So he was
negotiable."
definitely a true friend. Yeah.
Yeah,
He was definitely a true friend.
yeah. So he's a good friend, and but that decision cost me a lot of money. So because
Yeah.
now I'm like, oh, okay, immediately
It's
after I started
yeah. I mean,
collecting.
it's of
Yeah,
course it's just one of those things. Again,
yeah.
it's once you start, you just can't stop.
Oh, for
And
sure.
we've we've all been, bitten by this bug,
Yeah,
and like yourself.
yeah.
So yeah, and I would say
I do
you
wonder
kind
though,
of started pretty good. Mhm.
like you went from because for both of us, obviously there was a
Yep.
moment or there was a decision that we made
Mm.
when we went from being a collector or just collecting watches as a hobby to now
Yep.
also taking photos as a hobby or writing about watches as a
Yep.
hobby. So
Yep.
what made you decide to do that?
I would say I was taking wrist shots of my watches
Yes.
anyways, because I always, like to document everything. So my partner, she always
Yes.
mentioned that I take some really nice photos. I used to take photos of cars and such.
Yeah.
Um, so I would take that again. I say a lot of that and such. So I used to take photos of cars. My previous job, there were a lot of wealthy customers, and they will come in their Ferraris and Lamborghinis, all sorts of stuff. So I'll always take photos, and people and my partner, including, said that I take really, really nice photos. And she always liked the photos on my watches as well.
Yes.
And I had a conversation with her. I said, "Oh, I was thinking I should just document this and just make an Instagram." And
Mm.
she said, "Yeah, it's a good idea. Just another one of those things where you can just do your own thing and you don't have to worry about it." And I did. That's how I sort of started. I just started taking photos and started following random people. And one of the random people that I followed, and he is one of our good friends, Danny
Yes.
Gartside. So shout out to him.
Yeah.
His Instagram handle is all about sweet, right? Is that the
Yep.
one?
All about the sweep. Yep.
All about the sweet. Yep. And yeah, so he was one of the OG followers that actually helped me sort of gain that momentum, because he would shout out me in his stories and would say, he's taking some really nice photos. But again, it was just nice, nice photos. It was just literally reshot
Yeah.
and just putting things together and thinking, oh, wow, this is, amazing. So, and just, I was having a lot of fun, man. And
Yep.
I don't know, just something in me was like, surely I can do something better than this. And I always had that thing in the back of my head that I think I can do this better. So
Hmm.
for that, this alone, I started taking photos, started following people and see how they take photos, the compositions, the lighting. But again, I all started with just like a Samsung phone,
Yeah.
and now I just take photos with my camera, that my Sony, and I really, really still do enjoy taking photos.
Hmm.
And yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
what about yourself? Yeah.
well, for me, it's a couple of reasons. I figured that um honestly, and this is a true thing. You were one of the people that actually inspired me.
Oh wow,
Because yeah, so Jay and I we first met online because
we did.
um Jay reached out to my brand about reviewing a watch. Now, at the time, we actually were at our quota of review watches. And
Hmm.
but I really liked his content, and so I actually talked with my boss, and I got my boss to agree to send Jay a strap. And to tell you the truth, that I
Yeah,
don't think
man.
Jay knows this. Um, so
Oh, okay.
I literally said, I don't think he's gonna take pictures of me. I was like, we just send him out a strap. And I said, I was like, look at the watches he's getting. We're sending him straps. What's like this is insane. And I said, this is he's gonna ghost us. Okay, I mean a nice
Whoa.
strap. It's it's fine, But I was showing your Instagram. I was like, he's getting watches, and we're sending out a strap. We look cheap. Okay, he's gonna think we're cheap. But
I
you know,
think no. I
um,
have to sorry. I have to cut you on that.
yeah,
It's not looking cheap. It's a building block, right?
yeah,
We all have to start from somewhere, and not all the watch brands that I have done on my Instagram, they started like that. Like
yeah,
there are certain people who have helped me. I have my mentor who has been
yeah,
telling people that he's really good in this, and then again it's a lot of the marketing, it's a lot of the
yes,
socializing, it's a lot of the talk. So obviously for you it just makes sense, and it's to everyone who's listening,
yeah,
it's one of those things where you have to build that relationship. And
definitely. As you said in
because
the
you
beginning.
don't know me, because you don't know
Hmm.
me, um, it's a bit of a risk. It's a bit of a
Yeah.
risk because again, I can just take the watch and I can just not do anything about it, right?
Yes,
So
that's
you
correct.
have something to lose, but then again, I also have something to lose because if I'm trying to if I'm trying to build a brand
Hmm.
as Dangarology, I have to, if I've like if I have accepted your offer, I have to deliver it. It doesn't really matter if it's a strap or if it's a watch or if it's whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So for me, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
So it's nothing you need to worry about looking at, saying that oh it looks cheap or whatever.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but
To be fair, we sent
but
you
yeah,
our most expensive strap.
you did,
Yeah.
and I was blown. And to be honest, I was blown away. Another reason why I actually took the photos of that
Yeah,
strap
and they were
because
good.
it was a very it was a very exotic strap, right? So
Yeah.
it's a stingray strap, and you end up sending me two pairs as well with
Hmm.
a black sorry not black with a gold buckle and a stainless steel buckle.
That's correct.
So so you did, and then you did mention that look, if you end up liking the content, we will continue and we will send you the watch that you asked for.
And we
So
did.
yeah, and you did, and then it was more, and then it was more. So it's
Yeah. E- Exactly. Because for me, at the time, obviously the company has changed since then. Um,
yeah,
we've grown, but at the time, our budget for One Watch was very tight, like when it came to sending out for reviews. But my good friend, the manager of Wonder Watch, so like he's in charge
mm,
of the main marketing of it. Um, he and we both decided, okay, for 2026, we need we need to understand the value of having photographers, of having reviewers,
yeah,
of
yeah.
just having real people talk about the watch. Yes,
Hey
it
man,
costs money,
it's
but
yeah,
then it's worth it. Like it's worth it to send out a watch as long as
yeah,
as long as we spread the good word about the watch, right? And so yeah, I'm also I'm pretty glad. That you reached out. And I was really happy with the photos. I showed it to my team, and they were all like, "Okay, yeah, let's
yeah.
go. Let's send a watch."
Yeah,
Boom.
it's still one of my favorite, the photos, and we've made this folder,
Yeah,
um, because we want to do this whole secret project,
yeah,
hush hush.
yeah,
We'll probably talk about this in the next episode or the further down the line.
yeah.
And I've told you one of my favorite photos is of the benches bracelet, especially
Yes.
the that clasp.
No, that's
And
one of the best photos.
like
Yeah,
yeah, and then that's another reason why you connect. If you like the person, the brand owner,
hmm,
right, and then if you like the watch as well, you just connect with them and you really enjoy that process.
yeah,
And you and me, for the listeners, we talk pretty much on the daily, right?
yeah,
And we always talk about it. And when I'm giddy, when the photos are so good, and when I really like the watch
yeah.
because I get all giddy and excited, and I tell you, oh my god, look at this behind the scenes. This is my crappy setup, and the photos are turning.
Yeah.
I don't know how the photos are turning out. Okay, I would say they're okay. They're not the
They're pretty
best
good. They're pretty good.
because they're okay. I would still, again, we are our own worst critics. I
Yeah,
would still say that I can still do a lot better, but it's
always.
given my setup. Yeah, it's given my setup. This is the best I can produce right now.
Yeah.
Um, but
I'm,
I love that. I love that watch, and now that watch belongs to my sister. So
yeah,
she
exactly. I'm
went with that.
I'm really
Yeah,
happy. to see that.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
Yeah.
you when after sending out the strap and then sending out the watches to you, I started talking with Jay a bit more, and
Yep.
um, I think the reason why a lot of people who are good at taking photos or good at reviewing, the reason why they don't make that jump is because they don't actually know anyone else who has done that, who has gone out and then boom, started reviewing watches or started taking photos of watches. But not even
Mm.
just watches, let's say your hobby is sunglasses. They don't know anyone else
Yep.
who collects sunglasses and then take pictures of them. And so it's kind of scary. And for me, I didn't know anybody else who did that.
Mm.
But then I started talking with you a bit more. I started asking you,
Yep.
oh, what's it like, and then you started sharing as well about, oh, this brand is really cool. The owner is really cool. One example is Vario. You and I, we both love
Yep.
Vario. Ivan,
Absolutely. Yeah.
he's he's the
He's a gem.
he's one of the
He's a
goats,
gem.
honestly, of micro brands.
Yeah. Oh, big time.
Yeah, speaking of like
Very
when you
humble guy.
like the
Very
person
humble.
behind the brand, I mean, that's just a great example, yeah. And
Yeah,
I
I mean,
even
hence why your Versa is one of the most traveled watches right now.
yeah,
You
literally.
always, yeah, it's like it's just glued to your wrist, right?
Yeah. Literally,
Yeah,
I wear it more than my GMT when I travel, which is just
yeah.
it is
But then
insane.
again, the Versa can be a GMT, right?
Exactly.
It's dual face, so you can have a
Yes.
home time and you can have an away time. Yep,
Yes. So, because of you and because of Giri, one of our other good friends, watched that 2023 on
yeah.
Instagram.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, so that was a big part. And then my sister as well, of course, because my sister bought me a new lens for my camera for my birthday. And then she was like, you should start taking pictures of watches. You like them so much, you might as well do it. And I said, okay,
Mm,
I'll do it. And then
yep,
all similar to you as well, my partner, she she also was just like, you know, you love watches so much and you talk a lot about watches. Why don't you just
yep,
do it? And
yep.
everyone just kept saying, why not do it? If you don't succeed, who cares? And I was like, okay,
Yeah, you got nothing to lose, especially
yeah,
when you're starting out. You have seriously nothing to lose. But
yes,
it's what I still remember my early days. And again, I've
yes,
only been doing it for 3 years now, I would say,
hmm
maybe coming in 4. I still remember the early days was just so much fun. You are just
mm,
like, this is just a whole new bubble for you, and you don't
hmm
know what exists out there. And then
hmm
all of a sudden, you just like getting all these, different brands, and then
yes,
you just meet, people like yourself, Gary, Danny, we've mentioned,
yeah,
and all the people that we've got in our little watch group that we've got over our WhatsApp.
yeah,
Um, yeah, man, you just get to learn so much about it. So
yeah,
that's why I was like glued to my phone, and I
yes,
would just kept like checking, notifications, and every
yeah,
time I would post, and all the captions I would do, like I still remember like the captions were like so long,
yeah.
and from my first post to now, recent one, oh boy, the times have changed.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, I completely agree. I will say this though. I think my start is a lot easier than your start because when I started, first of all, I already work for a micro brand, so that
Yep.
gives me a lot of behind the scenes stuff, behind the scenes
Yep. Of
access and all of that. But then also
course.
because I know people like you or
Mm.
people like Yuri, you guys introduced me to brands. Especially you.
Yep.
I mean, there are some brands who literally only know about my existence because you, for some reason, mentioned me. Decided to mention me, and
It's it's
that's
it's
just a
it's
helpful
one
thing.
of it's one of those things we really really need to do this more often in this space, which a
Yes,
lot of people don't because they just want to keep that
they
success
want to
to
gatekeep.
themselves, and it
Yeah,
really yeah, they want to gatekeep, and it really grinds my gears. You know,
for sure.
if a person is doing well,
Hmm
it literally would not make any harm to go suggest someone else because they are starting out just the way you started out, right?
Yes,
And for me, I've always been that person who always just wants to share. It's one of those ADHD things. It's called
yes.
pebbling, right?
hmm
And the pebbling, what pebbling means is that I have something that I really like.
Yes.
I want to share that to you, so you
Mm,
can be happy as well. So it's one of my ADHD traits that I just cannot help. Like
mhm.
if I see something and it really brings me joy, I want to share it to my friends. I want to
That's
share it to
correct.
my partner. I want to share it to my family. Right. So for me, uh, even if I'll succeed in future, let's just say, right, hypothetically, if I succeed, I want to share all of that to my mates. I want to share that to my family. So hence why I've done that to a lot of my friends and including yourself. And I'm not saying this, oh, look at me, I'm that guy, I'm so successful.
Yeah.
I'm just handing out brains deals and such. It's not what I'm trying to say. It's what I'm trying to say is that if I see something brings me joy, and if you want to be part of that as well, and you're like, oh, I like this as well, I would like to try it, and I would be like, here you go, try it on, because why not?
Hmm. No, that's the thing is that's actually very rare. There's
Yeah.
but that's one of the reasons why I think success varies from person to person.
Mhm.
But for me at least, it's I've learned that success is not just defined by how many likes you get, how many followers you get. It's also uh and this is what made me stick to the hobby, by the way. It's about the people
Mm.
that you meet and
Yeah,
the
big
people who
time.
have your back. You know, watches are awesome. I really
Yep.
love how they work. I love the movements. I love the design. I love how they look
Yeah.
on the wrist. However,
Yeah.
if I had not met great people through the hobby,
Mm.
there's no way I
Mm.
would be this invested.
Big
I,
time. Big time. People definitely
yeah.
is one of those big factors that contribute to what we're doing right now.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
and I really just enjoy. For me, I really enjoy the social aspect
Mm.
because I get
Yes.
to talk to people, I get to meet new people, I get to listen their side of the story because everyone's got a story, right? And I always think that everyone's got something to say, and that's why I really really focus on micro brands, and I really shy away from big brands, even though I do have some big brands in my collection, but they're not many
Nomos.
compared to.
You're
What?
Nomos.
No, oh, you're
Yeah.
right.
We'll talk about that in a future episode, but yeah.
We'll talk about that. Yeah,
No.
yeah.
But
But
yes,
yeah, but
completely agree. You're able to gain a connection. And honestly, there are some micro brand owners that I've met, and I'm just like, wow, this person is a cool guy. I mean, watches aside, this guy's cool. This is
yeah,
a good person. Um,
yep,
your good friend, Jason from Houtman
yep.
is a good
Shout out
example.
to him.
You,
He's an
you know,
amazing guy.
yeah,
It's
makes really
He
cool
was
watches
my
and is a
first
cool guy.
choice. Yeah,
You know.
he's a cool guy. Makes amazing work. His brains. If you have a chance to pick his brains,
Hmm.
he has so many ideas. And okay, I have to say this. Okay, there are so many ideas that we've I have heard from him,
Yes.
and those ideas have been implemented very recently. And he had those ideas back in 2019,
Wow.
right? And one of the very, very big examples, again, I'm putting this out there because I'm fairly confident. Jason said that when he was designing his first model, the Pilbara, he wanted to put the logo inside the Sapphire, right? So it looks like it's floating, and
Yes.
as soon as the light hits, it just creates that shadow effect. So it's like a double logo.
Pretty
I
awesome.
believe in, yeah, exactly, right? Like, who would have thought? But I believe in the microbrand space. I'm sure in the mainstream, someone has done it, right? But in the microbrand space, I have to say he has to be the first one to do it. And excuse me. And after that, you can see the studio underdogs done that, right?
Yes.
The field watches, and now it's become a thing now. Like most of their watches, that has that floating logo. So he is one of those people. Like whenever I sit down with him, he would tell me he's like, "Oh, I was thinking about this," and all of a sudden, boom, a company will come out and they will do something like this, and he's like, "Damn it!" He's like, "I should have done it," but
Yeah.
it's just one of those catch 22s, right? Like you also don't know. Like you got to take that step. Like so, for example, if you would have taken that step, what if it would have failed? So it just all depends on like big companies or small companies. So
Yes.
um, uh, let's just take I don't know. Let's just take Christopher Ward, right?
Hmm.
So if Christopher Ward would do anything right now, it would sell. That's
They're
just my
no,
opinion.
yeah,
It's guaranteed sell.
they've reached that point where
Yeah,
they're they're already winning. They already have
yeah,
house money because they
yeah.
have the prestige of
Mm,
having this huge production
yep.
scale and all of that. But then they also have that, oh, we're very approachable. We're still a micro brand, even though they're an independent.
They
They make
they
their own
are very
movements,
approachable. I have to say that.
but they're approachable.
I have to stress this enough. Yeah, I have to stress this enough for the listeners. They're very approachable.
Hmm.
It's one of those brands that I dreamt to work with them,
Hmm.
and I just literally sent an email. I said, "Hey, I've tried one of your watches in one of the watch meets. My favorite watch is the Belcanto. I got to try that one. I got to try the 663 GMT as well.
Nice.
And I would really like to, yeah, and I would really like to try one of the other pieces. And boom, literally in a week, I got an email. They're like, yep, no worries. We've seen your content. We'll send you one watch. It's just that easy, right?
Damn, that's
And
awesome.
I'm not the only one who can agree on this. We have multiple people who have done this because I
Hmm.
have also said that, you know, just reach out to them. They really really care about people like us because as much they would like to say that we are the independent and blah blah blah. They are quite big, but they still care about the collectors. So that's one big thing. It's a big tick in my opinion, right? Like
100%.
for example, take one of the big brands, Rolex. I don't like them.
Yeah,
It's one of
that's
the
fair.
brands. Yep. And I'm sure the listeners are gonna be like, "What a fuck with this guy." you know,
No, it's
who
good. It
fucking
creates engagement. Don't worry.
well, yeah, no. It's like it's just
Yeah.
they don't care. They
Yes,
pretend they care.
that's fair.
They do all these events and such, but it's just not that level of that
Customer
personal
care.
connection.
For
Yeah,
sure.
it's
For
that's
sure.
why I love the micro brands because you get to not only talk with them, you connect with them on personal level. And I can tell you, there are so many brands that I work with. I talk to them on the go all the time
Yes.
because they're always so invested and they're just so giddy to talk about because they were once, a watch collector as well,
They're
right?
yeah, a normal collector.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like for example, Alado from Sweden.
Pierre, yeah.
Yeah, he is one of the goats, and I gotta say, man, that guy, he's pumping out some really good stuff.
Oh yeah. So
He's only just
we
done one model.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we will actually talk about that in the next segment. Let me
Yep.
just, so Jay, let me just restart the meeting, and then
Yep.
we
No worries.
can go into the next segment. I'm thinking in the
All
next
good.
segment we can talk about Alato, we can talk
Yep.
about Orphic,
Yep.
the watches so far.
Yeah,
All
and
right,
we'll probably roll that a bit more. Yep.
yes, all right. Let me
Like.
just start. So in this segment, I want to ask you, what are some of
Yep.
your favorite watches of this month or the month of May?
Oh.
And it can be a watch that you just got, or it can be a
Oh.
watch that you just saw online.
Oh man, that's such a tough question. Like,
Yeah,
how can you pinpoint to a watch,
yeah.
right?
How about I let you choose
Oof.
multiple? Does that help?
Okay, that would be yeah,
Yeah,
because there are multiple watches that I have recently received,
yes,
and I think they definitely deserve a shout out, right?
for sure.
Um, so let's just start with the first one. I actually got it right in front of me.
Yeah,
Since we speaking of the microbrands and Pierre from Alado, as I was saying, so his Ervet, the first model, I've got that one, and the finishing on that watch is just like I still think it's just one of the best finish microbrands out there,
that means
and
something. That's a big deal.
a person who has held a lot of watches in his hand and has photographed, I have to
Yeah,
say that a lot of Ervet finishing is just I I don't know how Pierre does it. He's definitely very lucky. He's got one of those places who you know make some killer watches.
Yeah.
So um, yeah. So anyways, we're moving on for so Pierre. He's got that Kickstarter going. I believe it's all finished and
He
it's all
reached
fully
all of
backed
his
up and
stretch
everything.
goals as well.
He did. He certainly did. So he ended up sending me another one to try it on. So I've got it
Yes.
right here. So is this one? I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, I can see it.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're gonna show some
so
B-roll, but it's pretty
so
awesome.
we're gonna show some B-roll. Yeah. Let me put that quickly on 1010. So
Yeah.
because it's just makes sense. And again, Pierre, if you're listening to this, I do not know how to pronounce this word. I'm just gonna leave it as is. It's the Alato, the new model at Kickstarter Ongensten.
He sent me a
Did
voice note of how to pronounce it.
he? Okay.
Yes.
How do you pronounce it
I need to listen to it again. I think it's
again?
Augusten. Augusten.
Yeah. Can we like insert
I'm gonna
Pierre's
insert. Yeah.
voice note in this?
Yes, I'm
Yep.
gonna record it. Yeah.
So it's Alato. Insert his voice note.
Yeah.
So
Ögonsten.
that's their new model, and my God, it's it's a quartz piece first of all,
Hmm.
and I still cannot believe like for a person who has had a lot of quartz pieces before he had the mechanical ones, I always felt that they were super light. But again, okay, I might need to explain that super light bit more. So we know that titanium is quite light, right? So like my,
Yes.
my for example, my Longines Zulu time is quite light.
Yes.
And a person who first started watch journey, a light watch always had this feeling that it was cheap,
Because it's
right?
flimsy, right?
And all the quartz watch, it's flimsy. It's the bracelets all janky and clinky and such. But again, as I always had this thing with that, if a watch is really heavy, it's got a heft to it. It has to be really good. But again, once you hold a titanium watch like the Zulu time, you start to understand that it's not just about the weight. It's the materials and such as well. But I still have that. If a watch has a little bit of heft to it, I still feel like that it's pretty good quality.
Yeah.
And for a quartz watch, it's got that really solid. I believe it's still the same bracelet from the Irvit model.
Hmm.
It's still got that clasp with the micro adjust, but the finishing, man, Gian, I tell you, the finishing it's just there's a certain brand which I think Pierre doesn't want me to talk about
Hmm.
because it's pretty much the same people who make for that brand, and it's just something confidential that I can't talk about.
Yeah.
He reckons it's the same finishing. I think Pierre, again, you're listening, it's better. It's so much
Boom.
better.
Yeah.
And I was talking and I was talking to Pierre this afternoon as I was taking some photos of this watch. As I was like unwinding it, right? And as I would pull the crown out and I would adjust the time, I have to say it's as close as to my Longines Zulu time, and that says a
Wow.
lot,
No, that's the next
right?
level.
It's
Yeah.
it's just so smooth. You like click it
Hmm.
out, it's smooth, and you like setting the time. And I've got over 50 watches. I don't think any of those watches has that such a smooth mechanism. I mean,
Hmm.
Christopher Ward again is one of those ones that really stand out for me.
Yes.
And again, Alato is that brand, but again, this is quartz, and it feels super solid. There is no jankiness.
Hmm.
It's super thin, which you would
Yeah.
expect from a quartz. The finishing is it's amazing. Shiny, not shiny. What's the finish? What's it called again?
Polished.
Polished.
Yeah.
So yeah, so polished finishes where you expect, and then you've got some brushing, a little bit of vertical brushing to sort of give that tooly look, even though it's not. It's more of a dressy piece. Um, yeah, I'm very impressed with this watch. Uh, it's
Man, I
just
can't
Pierre.
wait to
I
see
think
it
Pierre
in
is
in
like
person.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and for the listeners, the GM's definitely getting this watch sent to him because he has to write a review as he promised Pierre. So if Pierre, if you're listening, you can hold him
Yeah.
accountable if he doesn't do it.
Yeah,
But yeah, man,
exactly.
it's one of those I
Yeah.
really have a high. A lot of people, if you don't know about this brand, you should definitely check them out. And Pierre is such a nice person.
He
He
is
definitely
nice,
talks
very
to everyone. He's a legend.
yeah.
So yeah, send him a message. Say, hey, just found your brand. Would just love to have a chat. He loves having chat with people,
Yeah.
explaining how he started, and even the word alato. It means family or love. Pierre,
Love.
if you're
Yeah.
listening, I believe it. Yeah, it's love because it's one of those words where when he was young, it just was. It's like a made up word in his family, and now everyone sort of associates with that.
Yes.
And again, alato doesn't just only means love. It can mean a lot of things, but in a really nice way. Like feeling good can be a lotto.
Hmm.
Sharing nice things, between family and
Just
friends can mean a lotto. Yeah,
positivity.
it's
There's just
just
a lot of positivity associated
positivity.
with the
That's
brand.
it.
And honestly,
Yeah.
I think I am of the opinion. Okay. I don't know if this is a hot take. I don't know if this is controversial, but I am of
Mm-mm.
the opinion that
Yeah.
not every brand, not every micro brand needs to make mechanical watches. Like,
Oh,
listen,
yeah.
a quartz watch can be good. A quartz watch is good. For example, the
This is a
that
quartz
one,
watch, and
yeah.
this is amazing. I have quite a few quartz watches,
Hmm.
and again, I'm a person who loves mechanical, and I have some quartz watches that just I wear them way more than my mechanical watches, so that
Because
says a
the
lot.
time is set, right? The time is correct, you know. That's a
That's right.
big
Excuse me.
honestly, that's a big factor for me. And so I have a feeling it's the
Yep.
same thing with a lotto. Because at the end of the day, listen, my company, we use Miota 9015. Nothing wrong with it. It
Yep.
is a great workhorse
Yep.
movement. In my opinion, it
It's
is
very good.
more reliable than the Sellita SW200. I know a lot of people might
Yep.
disagree with me,
I
but
agree.
that's my opinion. However, at the same time, I actually have been trying to get quartz to be an option because that having a quartz option is another way to lower the price for the consumer, to lower the barrier for entry for these collectors. And that's why, like, if you look at again at this time of the release, the Alato Kickstarter is already done. So I'm sorry to
Yep.
everyone who can't participate, but if you look, the prices were really good. And that's not just because it's a
The price is
Kickstarter.
really good.
But because
Yep.
of the fact that it's quartz, that meant Pierre and his team, they were able to focus on the other stuff like finishing. They were able to focus on the design, and they were able to focus on the customer service. That's really part of it,
I'm
you know.
pulling their backer statistics. So backers by country, he had the most backers in the United States.
Of course,
The
yeah.
second was UK. Yeah, second was UK, and the third one, it was his home. Uh, it
Sweden.
was his home. It was his own home country, Sweden,
Boom.
right? And Australia is number five.
Hey,
So
Aussie, Aussie,
yeah, like
Aussie.
yeah, oi, oi, oi. So
Yeah,
yeah, looking at his numbers, man, 378% funded
damn.
in 29 countries. It's just unbelievable. Like he's done such a good job with the quartz piece, and I have to say, like, if you're talking about quartz piece, I have to mention this: the Pitzman from South
Yes,
Korea.
that
I
great design, by the
cannot,
way.
say, man, I cannot stress enough the fit and finish. And um, Jara, if you're listening to this, you love this watch.
Hmm.
He's like in love with this watch, and he also knows that there are so many people who have actually offered me money so they can buy that off from me. Um, but I don't want to sell. It's just,
No,
again,
it's
I
good.
love that quartz piece. It's just such an amazing watch, and I have Neumann from Neumann are from. Oh, I have to look it up. Hold on, quick. Where they're from? Are they from Denmark or they're from Finland? Hold on.
Denmark, I think.
I'm looking up right now.
But yeah, safe to say Alato is one of your favorite watches of the month. Like that's definitely
Well, yeah, okay. Let's just go with the Lotto is one of the top ones.
for sure.
But I think it's the second one. It's a very close second. It's our new favorite. Like I have to say, it's you like that brand as well. It's the Orphic that just
Yes.
recently started by Selton, Leo, and family. And my God, it's one of those. It's just such a humbling moment that I got to not only help them with the Kickstarter, take photos, and I actually end up getting two of their models. And again, I'm just blown away by this opportunity. And
Yeah.
yeah, Leo, if you're listening to it, thank you so much for this opportunity. I
Yeah.
absolutely love this watch. Let me quickly actually grab that watch so we can actually show it to people, and you
Yep.
can cut this bit out and all that because I'm in my jammies. Um, oh, yeah, there you go. I don't know if you can see it.
Nice. No, we can see it.
Yeah. So it's a
It
lefty. Yep.
Ooh, I really need a distro watch because I actually love wearing watches on my right hand.
Yep.
Man, I need that in my life.
Yeah.
I literally
Well,
need that in my
yeah.
life.
Yeah. You know where to get it. The
Yeah.
Kickstarter is still going, and
Kickstarter is
depending on the
still going.
nothing, Kickstarter is still going, and it has like a custom rotor,
Hmm.
um,
A
and
loomed
exposed.
rotor.
And it's a loom rotor as well.
Yeah.
Obviously we can't probably do it. We'll do some B rolls of this one as well.
Whew.
But this is a very close second for me. Um, Man, Orphic doing a wandering hours and inspired by the James Webb Telescope. Like, how do people come up with these ideas? And this is going back to Jason again
Yeah.
from Houtman Watches. This guy has so many ideas in his head. He just needs that channel to direct it. And he mentioned something like this that I wanted to do something, like a crazy wandering hours that, inspired by space and such. And boom, you know, Selton slash Orphic came out with this. So that's what I'm saying. Like that guy has so many bloody good ideas. He just cannot channel those in, and yeah, because he's got that
Like,
ADHD just like myself.
well, I also think like a factor is limited time and limited resources. There's
Yeah.
sometimes that want your watch. My buddy and I, we have great ideas. Our boss has great ideas. At the end of the
Yep.
day, though, it's sometimes we
Mm.
have to just follow what the customers are demanding, and
Yeah.
it's just unfortunate. But then
Yep.
we just have to believe, like, okay, eventually we can do what we plan. And
Yep.
I actually shared a few plans with Jay, and hopefully we can reveal that in a future episode.
Oh man,
Yeah,
it's all looking very good. It's all looking very good, and
yeah,
man, good luck to you because
yeah.
I think you're just gonna do really well.
Ah, thanks, man.
Let's just cut to the chase. Let's just cut to the chase. What's your favorite watches or watch of the month?
Yeah. So aside from Jay's choices, I actually so. Okay, I don't have this watch. I've tried it on several times though. The
I
Longines
think I
Hydro
know which one.
Conquest. The new
Yes.
one. I'm
Yeah.
just like, this is a cool watch. Okay, listen. Um, Thankfully, because of the Watch Brief co-founder Brian, um, great guy. He has an amazing collection. He's
He's
very
got an
generous.
amazing collection.
Right?
He's,
He's a
he's
very generous guy, so he
yeah.
lets me take photos of his watches, and I tried on a lot of watches. I've been able to try on my Grail watch, which is the Omega Speedmaster 3861,
Okay,
because of him.
I have an opinion on that, but we'll
Okay, yeah,
probably we'll talk about that next time.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so after trying on all these watches, I kind of have an idea of what about the value of these luxury brands, right? Like I understand the
Mm.
value, like in my personal opinion.
Yep.
Um, Rolex Explorer is worth it, right? It is worth it in my opinion. Rolex Datejust,
Okay.
not so worth it. So there it is. Omega Speedmaster is worth it. So I have
Yep.
that feeling. Longines Hydro Conquest, when I tried it on, I was like, this is worth it. I was like, I almost bought it. I am being serious. And it would have been a terrible financial decision because I'm saving up for my wedding, blah, blah, blah.
That's right.
And,
Just
but I literally was
congratulations
at
to
the
you guys.
airport.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about
Yeah.
to get on my flight and I was like, man, it's pretty good. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm telling myself, I don't like how it feels, because I don't want to buy it. And sales assistant was like, we're actually going to increase the price next month. And so this is the last
Yeah.
time that
It's
you're going
just
to
one
be
of
able to
those.
purchase it at this price.
I
And
know.
it worked on me. I was like, damn, like, oh my God, I need to get it right now. And
It's a typical sales tactic,
it
I have to
worked.
say. I mean, it does work, right? It does work,
Yeah.
but I know that for a fact that yes, their prices do go up.
Yeah.
When I got my Longines Harder Conquest, that was in 2020. Oh fuck. um, let's just call it 2021, 2022. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, 2021, 2022. It's been some time. It's gone up. It's definitely gone up
Yeah.
because my partner ended up getting it for a really good deal
Mm.
through Mezicali's in Australia because they deal with Longines and some of the Swatch products
Yeah.
like Rana and such. So yeah, she ended up getting a really good deal. But yes, it's definitely gone up, and yeah, it's unfortunate, but man, it's one of those brands that I definitely highly recommend.
Yeah.
It's one of those main. It's the only probably mainstream brand right now in my collection because I'm such a big supporter for brands, man,
Yeah.
and you know about that.
The new collaboration between Canuck timepieces and
Whoa,
Ando. Try
he,
saying that three times fast.
look, mate, he's one of those guys that we
Yeah.
just absolutely adore and love.
No, for
Anything
sure.
James from Canuck does, and I fully, absolutely support. I can't wait, James. If you're listening to it, where's my jersey? Still waiting for my
Ah,
jersey,
yes. Yeah.
mate.
No, for real. So, for some
Yeah.
listeners, although he's way more famous than me, of course, but
For
James is the
both of
owner.
us.
No, I think you two are about the
No,
same. But James
no,
is
no.
the
James is more.
founder of Canuck Timepieces. It is a
Yep.
Canadian micro brand. He's collaborated. Of course, he's making his own watches, but then he's collaborated with Ando, which is a Swedish, Finnish Japanese brand.
Finished
And
Japanese.
he's also collaborated with Lima Watches. And he does some really interesting stuff, very unique designs.
Very unique,
Um,
very fresh.
like let's say you don't like it. Let's say you don't like it. What you can't
Hmm.
say that it's boring. It is not boring at all,
No.
whether you like it or not. And in my case, I like most of them. I like almost all of them. There's only one model which I said to James that it's not really my taste, but I still want him
Hmm.
to succeed. And I'm always very honest
Hmm.
with James whenever with my
Absolutely.
thoughts. And he loves feedback. He's always open to it. So he's one of those people. I can't wait to see him continue to grow. He just attended a big watch show in Poland.
The
And
autochorus.
yes, I think that's what it's called. And Jay, you actually met up with James last year, right?
I did, and
Yeah,
man, that Sprung show in Singapore is just one of those things that I always had the FOMO.
yeah,
Like I always wanted to go to these watch shows. I always want to be part of it. And
mm,
just, when I started Instagram, I was just like, watching all these people and they're just doing all these shows and meeting
yeah,
up. So it was just one of those beautiful moments where, Jason from Houtman watches here in Perth. He asked if I could give him a hand in Singapore. And I was like, well, of course, I'm not going to say
yeah,
no to that. Uh,
yeah.
right. And then I met with CJ and James.
Mm.
So, and then met with so many other beautiful people. Met with um,
Our boy Ivan.
yeah. Well, he was literally right next to us
Yeah,
the on my right side, right. So I was talking to him continuously. Got to meet so many different beautiful brands as well. So there were a few brands that I really, really, I think they stood out. And one of the ones that I have to talk about is the Constello timepieces.
Yeah.
One of the co-founders, Edgar Co, I believe his
Okay.
name is. Um, I have him on my Instagram, and I met up with him, and he showed me a prototype that him and his other co-founder is working on. It's just, man, the finishing, the lugs, the dial itself, and the materials that they've chosen, and the beautiful bracelet. It's like you know how one of those bracelets, what brand was it that made that stainless steel sort of rubbery mesh looking one? What was that
Ming?
brand that made that? Was it
Ming.
Ming? Yeah,
Yeah, Ming
yeah,
has
yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, so it's something in the vein of that. Obviously, not as crazy as Ming, um, but it's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
Um, and obviously, when I was having a chat with Edgar, they were talking about that how they really need to get some of the rights for the certain design that they're using because they have to get this approved by certain people in
Yeah.
a certain country. Because obviously, I can't talk about it. It's a very hush hush thing. And once this is all done, I would really like to get that piece, in my
Yeah.
studio, and I would really like to like, take some photos because I think it's really well designed and really well crafted, and for what they're asking for, it's just yeah. It's there are certain brands like Ongio in Singapore,
Okay.
if I'm not wrong. Do you know Ongio? I think it's called. I
Oh,
might
I
be
haven't.
pronouncing it not
Oh, One Geo.
right.
Yeah, yeah, it's a Vietnamese
Ongio,
brand.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dude, their
So,
designs are insane.
man,
I
right?
actually listen, man, I actually want to contact them.
Yeah,
But I okay, maybe just I don't it's not anxiety, but I kind
mm,
of want to contact them when I'm a bit bigger, like my account is a bit bigger and all of that, because
sure.
they're they're just so classy. Like the way they do things when I see the brand is so classy. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that they look unapproachable, but it just makes me want to put my best foot
No,
forward. You know what I
to
mean?
to be honest, the guy he actually followed me, and I
Okay,
didn't
well,
even know who this
flex.
person was. No, it's not.
No, I'm kidding.
There are certain no. It's one of those things again. Because I'm such a new in this industry, only just being in 3 or 4 years. Um, I obviously don't know everyone, right? And they followed me, and then I realized that he's the guy behind the brand.
Yeah,
And I reached out, and obviously, it didn't work because I'm sure he's doing really well. Well, for a fact, he is doing really well. He obviously doesn't need any collaboration. But hey,
yeah.
I shoot my shot, and there's literally there's no problem, and
Oh, for sure.
but I bloody love their designs. It's just so beautiful. And
Mm.
some of my friends actually, and one of my friend in Singapore, he met up with me for the second time because I met him in Australia in Perth, out of all the places,
Yeah.
and he was wearing actually one of the watches that, well, one of the brands that you've got, Doxa. So he was wearing
Yay!
one of those, and again, exactly. And I used to work behind a counter in one of my previous jobs, and I used
Yeah.
to deal with a lot of people coming in and out. And I have to say, if a guy is wearing a Doxa, it's one of those brands that if you know, you know. Like you
Yes,
have to be in watches to wear a Doxa.
for sure.
Anyone who rocks up with a Rolex, I particularly don't think they are a watch person. No
Mhm.
offense. If you've taken offense, if shoe fits, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Rolex is Rolex. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
It's either you are into watches or you've given a Rolex, or you just always wanted a Rolex because you've just seen people wearing a
Yeah, like
Rolex.
it's the only
So,
brand you know. And again, there's nothing wrong with
yeah,
it. I have
there's
my
nothing wrong with it, but
grandfather's
again,
Rolex, but
yeah,
I also like other watches. I know
exactly. Yeah,
objectively, at least for me, Rolex is
mm,
not the number one brand. It's
yeah,
still,
yeah.
for me, it's still a really great brand, and I think in terms of marketing, it is probably the
Man, they're
greatest.
marketing genius. Don't get me wrong. They're
Yeah,
marketing genius, and hence why those
no,
watches
exactly.
are crazy, right?
That's why
And
they got the crown. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
and hence why AP is just being a new low, going with
Yeah.
this. Yeah, that's another topic, and I
That's
really
another
want to
topic.
touch base
Yeah.
on
You need
that.
to be a bit
Yeah,
drunker
let's
for
just
that.
get.
But yeah.
Well, I am drinking my single malt here,
Yeah.
made in Perth, and Shout out to the boys, Whippersnapper.
Boom.
Yeah, it's just one of those
Uh,
amazing single malt styles. Just can drink literally straight up.
Tell them that they can sponsor the next episode. I'm
Well, hopefully so.
kidding. Yeah. I think so. The last one that I want to talk about.
Hmm,
So I haven't personally handled this watch.
sure.
However, I blame you for this.
Oh, blame me.
Slow-mo.
Oh, okay.
Slow-mo.
Well, you know
I
it's coming to you. You know it's
yeah,
coming to
I
you, Matt.
mean, yes, but now I'm just like,
Yeah.
damn, when is it? Like I need
I know, I know, I know.
no, because
That is my third. That is my third pick out of the recent watches as well. It's
yes.
just, man, it's
Mm.
Ben, mate. If you're listening to this, shout out to you, bro. You just done such an amazing job. It's just so beautifully designed. And he's put this effort to make it look really, like you can easily rate it, right? And obviously those hollow lugs.
The
There
HoloLens
are a
is
few.
very unique. It's very,
They're
very
very
unique.
unique. Yeah. There are a few, shortcomings. Let's just not call it shortcomings. Let's just say a room for improvement.
Well, for
Um,
sure.
so yeah, as
Yeah.
as obviously you do,
Yeah.
And now I've had this conversation with him, yeah, so it's definitely one of my favorite. But yeah, I'll let you go.
No, it's just so it's so good looking. Like honestly, I'm just like I I will be honest about this and I
Mm,
will say the same thing in my review. When I first
mm.
saw it, I thought, well, that's stupid. Like, like literally, I first thought, all right, well, that's stupid. And then I thought about, and then I,
Yeah,
I looked at it for a bit longer, and I was like, okay, it's not stupid. And then I
yeah.
looked at it even longer, and I was like, actually,
That's actually
it's smart. It's some big brain touch, you know. And then by the end of it, by maybe the fourth or fifth time that I saw it, because I kept
yeah,
going back to the website, I was just like, man, this is so good.
yeah.
This
What
is
he got
what
you hooked?
watches,
Yeah.
this is what
See?
micro brands are meant to do.
Yeah,
This is what
that's right.
this is why micro brands exist. And
Yeah.
so yeah, thank you for
Oh man, pleasure.
uh, you know, talking
Yeah.
to Ben and convincing him to let me review it. And
Yeah.
so oh, and there's a note for the viewers. We're actually not
Mhm.
incentivized to say nice things about this because neither
No,
Jay or myself will keep this watch. So
exactly.
we
Funny,
have
funny
zero
enough,
incentive.
yeah, funny enough, neither am I keeping the Elato,
Yes.
and nor I'm keeping the Solo,
Mm.
because, and I think only few people know that I have stopped doing loan stuff, because it's just I'm trying to prioritize more of on my own life.
Yeah.
I've got my own other things that are going on that I'm actually spending more time on it. It's not feasible for if you have to think it that way, that just do the loan stuff and just promote the brands, because at the end of the day we also have to look ourselves as well.
Because you also
I'm
don't
sorry, I think I touched
uh you
you.
also don't charge money. That's another thing.
I do not.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
neither do I for that matter.
yeah.
I know someone with
Yeah.
200 followers. It's a pretty big deal for me not to charge, but I-
Maybe too humble.
yeah, I know, but I like to remember my
You should be
roots
charging.
back back when I
You
had
should be
50
charging like,
followers.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. You should be charging, I don't know, 700, 800 USD or something for a couple of photos.
Oh my God. But and by
Uh,
the way, there's nothing wrong with you if someone does decide to charge.
no,
But
of course,
what I
of
do
course.
mean is that like when we you say a nice thing about a watch, it's because
Yeah,
you actually mean it.
I,
Because
I
we
absolutely
have
do,
no incentive.
and you
Like,
know
yeah,
that's right.
yeah, and
And yeah,
definitely, definitely. And
yeah,
this is
it's
another
just.
thing. So there was a
Yeah.
brand. I'm not gonna say the brand, but if you follow Jay, you
Hmm.
might actually know which brand this is gonna be about. There's a
Oh
brand
shit. Okay, what are
last
we talking
year.
about?
I messaged Jay. I said, "Hey man, what do you think about this brand? I'm thinking about buying their new release." And
Oh, I know what
Jay
you're
said
talking
to
about.
me, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, if you really like it, you should get it because you know. But
Mm.
I've handled it, uh, and
It's not that bad.
it's nothing special, you know. And if you're gonna spend your hard-earned money on something, I want you to get something that's special. And
I
I,
would go Christopher Ward. I would go
yeah,
Christopher Ward.
you go
I mean,
Christopher Reward.
since excuse me,
Yeah.
I would go Christopher Ward. I mean,
Yes.
since there is a little bit of inspiration
Yeah.
behind that design, I would rather spend my money on Christopher
Yes.
Ward and
For
actually
sure.
get a
For sure.
chronometer
And
certified watch
yeah.
with a better finishing, in my opinion.
Yeah. And when I asked Jay this, at the time, Jay and I didn't really know each other well,
Yep.
and this is very early on when we first started collaborating, but I really
Yep.
appreciated the honesty, and I think for me as well, if I review a watch, I my policy is, again, I'm still new.
Mm.
It's not like I'm a big fish in the ocean or anything. I'm more like
Yeah,
a
but
goldfish in an
everyone's
aquarium.
everyone's got an opinion, and I think
Mhm.
everyone's voice matters.
Yes,
You know,
of course. And
that's what we forget.
there's this brand that actually reached out to both of us. Our
Hmm.
friend Danny agreed to it, and he said that he regretted it. I'm not gonna say
Mm.
the name, but they reached out to you, me, and Guri. You, me, and
Yep.
Guri all rejected. The reason why is because
Yep.
we didn't like any of the watches. And it's like,
No,
okay, yeah, having a new watch is cool, but then if we
it's
have
cool.
nothing nice to say about it, if we don't like
There's no
it,
point.
I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, I guess I can sell it afterwards, but then I don't know. This is our hobby, man. Like this,
Mm.
like if it's our hobby, why should we surround ourselves with watches we don't like?
Yeah.
That's just my take on it, you know?
No, no, absolutely.
Yeah. And
It's
so,
um, it's definitely changed for me.
hmm
And I won't lie. And again, I'm very vocal about my opinions, and I'm very straight up.
yeah.
And again, this is one of those things that I really appreciate you bringing this and saying that you have the full floor and you have the freedom to speak. Um,
hmm
I'm not here to suck up, brands' asses. If I don't like a brand, I will talk about it. And
Oh, for
hey,
sure.
if you're listening to it, um, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. It's just one of those things that, I have an opinion, and yeah, you either take it in a nice way, if you decide to take it in the wrong way, that's just on you. Um, again, and again, it's another thing where you guys listening to it be like, who is this guy? What's he on about? You don't have to. Again, you don't have to take my words. You don't have to listen to me. But it's just a very great medium that I can actually, voice it out rather than keeping in my head or just, talking to Gian as we
Yeah.
do all the time, right?
Yes.
And I really appreciate you, Gian, for creating this medium and place that where I can actually talk about the things that really, really bothers me. And I'm one of those people that I whinge a lot. And so I think there's going to be a lot more whinging coming to this podcast. So
Yeah.
I guess we'll probably keep it there. And
Yeah.
I think we should definitely move on to our last segment before this
Yes.
gets a bit too
Yeah.
carried away.
Yeah, for sure. But
Yep.
anyways, yeah, slow-mo, really cool.
Yep.
And all these other brands, really awesome. And we're not incentivized at all. We're not being
No,
paid to
definitely
say nice
not. We
things.
love them.
Yeah. And so the final segment, this one, literally weeks ago, when I approached Jay about doing this podcast, this was the first segment. I told him immediately. I was like, I want to do this segment. So, all
Mm-hmm.
right, we are doing keep three, cut five. Okay, so this is
Yep.
completely blind. So I'll start it off. I'll name it brand by brand, and then you have to decide. Oh, are you
Yep.
gonna keep this or are you gonna cut it? Simple
All
enough.
right. Let me just start a notes thing where
Yep.
I can actually then write it
Yep.
down as well.
Yes.
Yep. Go
All
for it.
right. So, okay. The very first brand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, I will be mixing it with mainstream brands and independents
Yep.
and micro brands. The
Yep.
first brand, Pedral.
Federal.
Yes.
Yep.
Are
Oh, do
you?
you want me to like? Do you want me
Yeah.
to say no? Okay. So you want me to literally go blindly, like
Yeah, it's completely
because then I
blind.
would not know.
So you don't
Oh
know the rest
man.
yet. You don't.
Oh man. You're starting it very strong.
Yeah.
Oh man, Pedral. That's just one of those brands that. I love his designs. You know, I love his
I know,
designs.
I literally know that. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, and it's like only you only get to keep three. It's just very brutal. You can't do that to me, man.
No, 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 no. Come on. Hey, I could have
Oh
started with
man.
Longines, okay? So,
I know because I also know that you are gonna put a Longines in there, and I know you're gonna put another brand that I really love. So it's just oh man, you put me in a really bad spot here.
yeah.
Kevin, if you're listening to this, Kevin, if you're listening to this, mate, I'm sorry. Like it's if it was a case where
Mhm.
I could have just said if I like it or not, I fucking love the brand. I love the
Hey, no,
brand. I
I know
love
that.
the
Yeah.
designs. Oh man, but keeping it into just top three,
Hmm.
I might have to skip this one.
Boom. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So that's in the cut. Your first cut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your next one, Houtman.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
man.
easy, easy. Done. Keep.
It's literally going. It's
Like,
literally going with me in the grave,
yeah,
or it's getting passed on to my sister because we're child free by choice, me and my partner,
yeah,
so we're not having any kids. And obviously, to pass down my collection, and I've already started that to my sister, my youngest sister. Shout out to Sana. If
yeah,
you're listening to this and if you're watching any of these reels, I really love you a lot. And
yeah.
yeah, so Houtman, Jason, he's my guy, man. He's my OG, and yeah, definitely
Hmm.
keep.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so we got Houtman, your first keep.
Yeah.
Okay, this one, another. I know this is a tough one. Escudo.
Oh, oh man, you know this. You know how much I love. You
I
know
know.
how much I love.
It's awesome, by the way. The Escudo that you have is so
You
good.
got to try it. You got to bloody try it.
Isn't it in your
It's
winder
definitely
right now?
it is. It's in
Yeah.
my. I've got a triple winder set up, and
Yeah.
that triple winder setup has a grail. Um, because it's just for my grails, and Escudo is definitely part of that. Yeah, so it is in the my watch finder.
Hmm.
I have three watches in the watch finder, and they are very special because I want them to be, in that special spot. And Simon, if you're listening to this, mate, I love you, and yeah, definitely, Escudo is one of those ones to keep, and
Let's
it's a grail
go.
watch.
Let's
And
go.
I am very honored to represent Escudo
Yeah.
as part of Dangerology, and man, it's just man. People say it's just overpriced. People say, "Oh, the micro brands are just shouldn't be charging this much." Get fucked.
No, dude, Escudo's
Have
so
you seen the
nice.
finishing?
Yeah.
It's just the amount of stuff that's packed into it, that watch, and there's little hidden Easter eggs just makes up for all this stuff. And I seriously do not think it's overpriced at all. I think it's priced really well. Simon know and the Scudo team know what their worth is, and that's how it should be. People shouldn't be undercharging. If they know they're worth that much, they should be charging that much. And Simon, that goes to you, mate. You're definitely charging it the right amount. Yeah, so Scudo is definitely a keep.
For sure. Okay, this one. I know your decision already, but I just want to add some
Oh, okay.
controversy. Nomos.
Of course you got. Nope. Bin.
There we go.
Bin.
Boom. Not even,
Seriously,
no,
bin.
no
I
hesitation. Yeah.
no, seriously. Again, I'm not here to suck up anyone's ass. And Nomus, if you're gonna be listening to this, I'm not gonna apologize. The only thing that impressed me was pretty much just your movement. Everything else was lacking.
Mhm.
If people say their finishing is like amazing and they're this and that, or it's got so much brand heritage, no, it's nothing. My Timex has a better looking bracelet and feel.
This is
It
gonna
just says that
be
much.
in the cold open of the podcast. Like my time.
Oh,
Yeah, there we go.
yeah.
Love that.
So there you go. Yep. Jay from Dangerol, you said it.
No, I
Yeah.
love
My,
that.
my Timex has a better
Yeah.
clasp and the bracelet. So I'm sorry, no.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
to have push pins with
Hmm.
the for a brand that's charging that much? No, that's just no, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's straight in the bin.
Next
Yep.
one. Formex.
It's a tough one. I do
Mm.
love Formax a lot, and I love their Essence model over the Reef because I've had only two experience them, like personally. Um, but it's not something that I'll be dying to keep it in my collection. Um, so again, no hate, Sabrina, if you're listening from Formex, I love the brand,
Because it's
and
awesome.
I'll continue.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's because what
I've
Formex
been
is doing,
wanting to handle one Formex for about
you should definitely do
over a
it.
year.
It's yeah, yeah,
Yeah. No.
yeah. It's
So
it's definitely very very good. But again, it's not something that I'll be like, oh, if I have to choose three, my top three, Formex might not be able to make the cut, but I do love the brand. And I love how much behind the scenes they are helping so many mainstream brands. Longines is one of them that they actually help.
mm,
They might not say it, but I know that for a fact. But yeah.
yeah. All right. Vario.
Oof, fuck. You are bringing some big, big guns.
No, for
Why? Why are you
okay.
doing this to me, man?
So
Why are you doing this to me?
to give you some time to think, I'll sum up the choices so far. In the cut section, we have Pedral, we
Mm-hmm.
have Nomos, and we have
Mm-hmm.
Formex. In the keep
Mm-hmm.
section, we have Houtman and Escudo.
Mm-hmm.
So now we Vario is
We
number
got one,
6.
two, three, four, five,
We
six,
have
and we
after
still got
Vario,
two
we have
more
two
there.
more choices. Yes.
Man, I would fucking kick myself if I say no to Vario and the other two choices are absolute trash. Can I? Can I
You think I
say
would be
the
that
other two
evil?
choices?
You think I
You
would?
would be. I know you are because you know me too well. You know me too well, and I know you're doing this for a reason. And I mean, I didn't do this brutal, the list that I've got. I've got two brands in there, two or three brands in there, but I didn't do this brutal.
Okay.
Man, man. I just it's the I want to keep the Varia. I want to
Yeah.
keep it
All right.
because I do have two of the models in my
Hmm.
collection, and they're not going. Right, so it does say a lot. Um,
Yeah.
man, fine. Okay. I'll keep
Boom. All
Varia.
right. You
Yep.
have your three.
Yeah. Ivan, I love you. I love you. I'll keep Varia. Yeah.
Yeah. So the next one is
Mhm.
CW, Christopher Ward.
Ooh, you're killing
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Do you understand?
I
Do you understand?
understand. Uh,
CW is, one of my grails has to be a CW in my collection, and you're killing me right now.
it
And now I
is.
have to bin this because I've already closed three of my
Yeah.
selections.
Yes. All right. So CW, get out. Get out.
I,
And
as
then,
much as yeah,
yeah.
it's unfortunate. Even though you know how much I love, I love my boys and Christopher
Hmm.
Ward.
Yeah.
Oh man, Declan. Sorry, mate. Andy, sorry. Mike, if you're listening to this, I'm so sorry. I still
Yes.
love you guys. Please do not hate me. It's
Yeah.
just that's just how I end up being.
And then the
Yeah.
final one, it might in it might be the most difficult one actually. Um,
Mm.
Second hour.
I love how you did Christopher Ward in that second hour.
It just how the
Oh,
list came out. I mean,
are
it's
you sure about
alphabetical.
that?
I
You
mean,
sure about
Comes before S, so that's the
that?
that's the just how the
Oh
list came
wow.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. Second hour, huh?
Yeah. Do you wanna replace Houtman with the second hour? Yeah, I'll let you
Man,
do that.
not even in million years.
Yeah.
It's does
Okay.
not touch. Does
All
not
right.
even. It's doesn't even reach that spot. No. I again, hot take. I don't understand why people like second hour.
Mm,
I just do not understand.
mm.
I've had this conversation with multiple people,
Hmm.
and if certain people are listening to this, you know who you are. I'm not going to name you. And I've always spoken my mind, and we've had this, discussion with
Yeah.
people. There are certain people who have owned every single Australian micro brand and slash independent brand, including Hatman. And they said that they could not understand why people like second hour because, and they have Hatman, all the Hatman models in their collection and no second hour because they sold all of them. So
I
you know who
actually
you are
know.
if you are listening to this.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, I think. No, but that again, whether or not someone disagrees with you, the point is
Mhm.
that that is your opinion. The
It is
thing
my
is,
opinion.
the
It's a
the
very
thing
strong opinion.
that people should understand is that it would be a lot easier for you and me both to get watches if we just lied
Mhm.
about watches. Like if we just said, "Yeah, I love this
Yeah.
brand. I love that brand. I love that." But then
Just
at
just
that
give
point, it's
me
like,
just give me all the stuff,
yeah,
man.
at that point, what's the point? Why do we do this if
Yeah.
we're just
And I want, and again, this is me being very open
Mm,
because I know what I have said that out there, and there are receipts out there. So I'm not gonna let take a person an upper hand on me because when
mm,
if I end up telling the truth, there's no way that they're gonna have something against me and say no, but Jay said this and all that. Yes, I wanted to work with Second Hour.
yeah,
Um, there were times that I was very sook about it that they didn't end up working out with me. Um, and there's no grudge about it. And I know there are certain people who are going to say, "Oh no, he holds a grudge about Second Hour because they never end up working together." It's not that. It's how you know, what's the word I'm putting
I,
it?
I also going back to what you said earlier, Owanjio,
Mm.
your collaboration with them didn't work out, but you have only
No, but I
nice
love
things to
them.
say. You only have nice things to say.
Absolutely,
That's the thing.
absolutely,
There are some
absolutely.
brands. Me personally, I have reached out to Christopher Ward. I
Yep.
didn't get a response
Mhm.
from them. But
Mhm.
I still think they're awesome. Like I
Yep.
still want a Christopher Ward. You know what I mean? And
Yep. Yep.
I fully intend to reach out to them again. And I
Mhm.
fully intend to someday buy a Christopher Ward.
Yep.
You and I
I
have
hope.
talked about
Yeah.
this.
Same.
So
Yeah. Absolutely.
whether or not they give me a watch for free or loan a watch for to me,
Yeah.
I still think they're
Mhm.
cool. That's just how I
They're
feel.
definitely cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's the way you put yeah put yourself out there. It makes a
Mhm.
big difference,
For
especially if
sure.
you're a brand owner. And yeah, man. Yeah. Second hour bin.
Last cut. Yeah. All right. So
Yeah.
I just kind of tortured you a little bit there.
You did.
Um, have mercy since it's not my turn.
Man, I'm going to be starting very strong. You know that.
Yeah. Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
The first one is Kuo. You're from your home country, where you are right now. I'm,
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
evil.
Keep.
Yep.
That's my first keep. Yeah. Yes. So
What?
yes. So I there
Okay.
are some issues. I have some issues with Cool, genuinely.
Sure.
At the end of the day, though. I just love the design of their watches. Like I really like
You such a suck up. You
yeah,
such a
no,
suck
but
up.
dude, it looks so good. Like you can read my reviews. It's just such a
Yeah,
good design. Like some of their designs, I'm just like, "Ugh," like I can't believe they beat me to it, because
I
I
know. That's why
I
they've got that
yeah.
grip on people.
No, they have a grip on me, man. Like I again I work for a micro brand and so there's not really a conflict of interest in me reviewing other micro brands, but then I
Mm-hmm.
do feel some of that competitive spirit where I'm just like, man, why can't we do what Cool is doing here? Why can't we do that? Why can't
Mm,
and yeah, Cool
mm,
is just next level. In my opinion, they are one of the most important micro brands right now
yeah,
in the world.
they're very good at their marketing.
Yeah. Literally,
Yeah.
So good at marketing. And genuinely though, customer service is pretty good. Pretty it's pretty
Hmm.
good. So
I mean, you've bought one. Yeah, you've bought
I
one.
I literally spent my own money on Cool, and
Yep.
mm, maybe I'll spend it again in the future. Who knows? I mean,
I
you
have a
know,
feeling which one you're gonna get. Yeah.
yeah. So, anyways, cool. First keep. Boom. Let's go.
Next. All right, boom. Ooh, let's go with the same as what you asked me, a Formex. Yeah, I know, because there is a couple more other in there that I know you really love as well.
And okay. So, some perspective here.
Hmm.
I really love Formex. I have recommended
Yep.
Formex to people. I have never actually had a Formex in my hand. But
Okay.
literally, when I reached out to Jay and I said, "Hey man, can you write a review for the watch brief?" And
And
then
that
he
was the
said,
first one.
"Exactly." He actually asked me. He's like, "Oh, I can review this. I can review that." And then he said, "Oh, I guess I can review a Formex." And I was like, "Yes, Formex now!" Like "Do it,"
And
And
it's doing very well. That review is doing really well
over
on
a
your website
hundred reads, over 100 reads. So it
for
is.
such a small, yeah,
Yeah, it's a
website
well-written
too.
article, and again, I've it just made it worse for me because I was like, I need a Formax. I just need it. But for me, it is a lot of money for me to spend without ever seeing
Yep,
it in person. There are certain watches
that's
where
true.
my Sternglass, which is a micro brand in Germany, it costs.
I love the
Oh,
stained glass.
right, it's so
Stained
good.
glass over Nomos. Stained glass over
Valid, yeah.
Nomos.
And so the price was very good, so I was fine with buying it without ever handling it. Again, $200 is not nothing. I will never say it's nothing,
Yeah.
but it is less than $2,000, which is what
Okay, big
Formex
time.
costs over here in Japan. And
Yep.
so yeah,
Hmm.
um, for that reason, Formex is being cut. I actually hope Formex doesn't
Ooh.
watch this video because they've been cut twice.
Wow. Wow. Sabrina, I'm sorry if you're listening to this. We do love your brand. We do love your brand.
I literally
It's
do.
just it's, yeah, I know. Especially Gia loves it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
Next one I'll go a bit easy. Handhart. What do you think about that brand?
Wow. No, that's not easy for me actually, because I think
No,
it's such a
no, okay.
cool brand. I think it's super
It's a
cool.
very beautiful brand. It's very beautiful.
Lots of as pretentious as it sounds, heritage. I know that's just marketing to some extent, but
Definitely.
it is so cool. Like their
Come on,
philosophy
their
and all
red
that.
pusher is so unique.
Yes, the
The
red
red
pusher,
pusher is just so
man.
unique. I love it. I'm such a sucker for it.
No, and I've personally been able to handle it again thanks to Brian,
Thanks to
and
Brian.
it's gonna have to be a cut for me. Yeah, because it's
Ooh,
not
hand
it's not
cut.
even top three
Cut.
German brands for me. So
Yeah. Is it Zin the German brand for you?
yeah, Zen unfortunately,
Yeah. Zin's,
I say unfortunately because it's expensive over here in Japan. Like it is, in my opinion,
mm,
overpriced in Japan. Nothing I
yeah.
can do about it,
By the
but
way, for listeners, this is not my next choice. Yeah.
yeah,
It's not my next choice that I was asking.
yeah,
Yeah. I figured that you like the Zin.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I have two cuts.
You have two cups. So let's recap. So you have two cuts and one keep. The keep is Kuo.
Boom.
Formex is the cut, and Henhart is the cut as well.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's go Australian. Do you want to guess what I picked?
Second hour.
No, I was gonna pick. I was gonna pick another brand that I really don't like. Uh, but I didn't. I actually another brand that I never got to experience,
Mm,
never got to collab.
mm.
But I still don't have any hard feelings. I still think it's okay. So you know my love towards Galvin and Hartman.
Yeah.
Susan, if you're listening to you, I really, really love your work.
Yes.
Yeah, you are an absolute gem. So let's put Houtman and Galvin aside.
Hmm.
I still think this brand that I'm about to ask you, Ocean to Orbit, I think it's one of the best Australian brands, and their finishing is just next level.
So you
But yeah,
haven't
I want to know
collaborated.
your opinion.
You haven't collaborated.
Nope, I have not. Nope,
Wow.
I have not. And there are certain people who have collaborated. I am very jealous,
Yeah.
but it's not something to be holding a grudge or anything because I just love
Oh,
their. I love their. But again, do not let this make any
yeah.
have an influence on your decision. But yeah, Ocean to Orbit from
So,
Australia.
so first of all, I'm actually happy you said that because
Mm.
that is a brand that I'm not too familiar with. Of course, I know it, but then like
Hmm.
I think more people should know about that brand. So I'm glad you said that.
Hmm.
But actually, it's a relatively easy cut for me. The reason
Is it?
why
Yep.
is because I actually don't know anyone who has handled that watch. Like of course I
Ocean to
know a
Orbit. Yeah.
few uh Instagram accounts that have handled it, but then
Hmm.
someone that I actually talk to, I don't know a single person,
Hmm.
you know? Like I don't know a single person who has that in their collection. So for me, that would
Yeah.
be the first one
Straight cut.
where I'm like straight cut. I thought you were gonna mention another
Yep.
Australian brand that
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
yeah.
We'll probably talk about maybe we'll do an Australian micro
Oh
brand
no, we have to.
slash independent.
Yeah, we should
Yeah,
do an
so we'll
Australian
do that.
microbrand episode. All right, next one.
All right, let's quickly, yeah, next one. Whoa, this one is a toughie. It's
Okay.
called the Baltic.
Oh, keep. That's a keep. That's a keep. There,
Yeah.
I and again, some context here.
Mm-hmm.
Jay's 30th birthday watch is the
Yep.
Baltic MR Classic.
Yep.
It has a
Yep.
nice, gorgeous salmon dial. It has this
Mm-hmm.
really beautiful micro rotor movement from Hangzhou, and I'm
Yep.
obsessed with that watch. And because he's too nice, let me use that watch for several weeks. And
Yep.
that watch it was like attached to my skin. Like I wore it constantly. The only time that I wasn't wearing that watch was because I was literally reviewing other watches. So like I had to like,
Mm.
okay, properly, because I made a commitment, I had to. But then I was just like, the moment I finished reviewing the other watch, I would be like,
Just put it back on.
Baltic time,
Yeah.
and just looks so good. And I've also handled the Baltic GMT, Aquascuff
Mm-hmm.
GMT. Shout out again, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
And it is awesome too. And so these are just two awesome watches. I have heard some things about their quality control recently that was kind of concerning, but at least from my
Mm-hmm.
experience with your watch, which you kindly
Mm-hmm.
lent to me, and then Brian's watch,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, yo, is this one of the best micro brands or what? Like, it's just, I was like,
Man,
dude. So
I
it's
do
keep,
love them. I do love them a lot. Yeah,
dude,
do love them a lot.
keep.
Like, I would definitely would love to add an aquascarf as well
Oh
in my
yeah,
collection
you need one
at
because you
some
love to
point. Yeah,
snorkel.
yeah, and I do free diving and snorkeling.
Yeah,
So I do use all my diving watches as they are intended to be used.
yeah. Unlike me.
But yep, it's so good. It's so good. You know, your doxer will see that ocean one day.
Yeah, it will. It will. All right,
Okay, so you have let's
two
recap. You
keeps.
have two keeps, which is the Kua and Baltic.
Yes.
Oh, this is gonna be. I might keep that one to the last.
I hate you already.
Let's just. I know. Okay, because I know that that's gonna be something that I know the answer, so I'll keep it to the last because that's just who I am.
Yeah.
The next one is Zelos, Singapore.
Oh, dude, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Okay. So whew, that's a good one.
Hmm.
So Zelos is one of the big dogs of micro brands, as we
Big,
all
big dogs.
know.
Yeah.
And in terms of micro brands, actually, you can argue that Zelos is one of the most influential for it when it came
Big time.
to like they were one of the first to take something like NH movements or Miota movements and make a cool watch, like just
Yeah, like they're still using the NH movements in their hammerhead, if I'm not wrong.
yes, and they
One
haven't
of them.
forgotten their
Yeah.
roots, even as they have scaled up and even as they made some more, like they have a meter, right, dial watch now, you
They've got
know.
so much stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so really badass brand. Uh, However, in my opinion, it's actually not
Hmm.
the number one Singaporean brand. So
Big time.
micro brand. Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yep, I
So
agree with you. We both
uh
know. We both know who our heart lies in Singapore.
literally.
And
And
and Ivan, yeah, and
yeah.
Ivan, if you're listening to this, it's
Yeah.
you. So.
Yeah. And I know that Ivan will hear that and he'll be like, oh, no, no, no,
Mm.
no. Because he's actually a nice
I
guy and
know.
he's humble,
He is.
unlike me.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
because for me, I'm like, no, honestly. And by the way, I actually had an opportunity to own a Zelos, limited edition Zelos, for a very good price. And it was a really cool
Hmm.
watch.
Hmm.
And in that same week, I bought a Vario Versa.
There you
Um,
go.
and
That says a
so,
lot.
like, I literally put my money where I think it
Yeah,
belongs.
your
So,
mouth is. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
boom, Zealous, I'm so sorry. You have to be cut. But that's a good brand.
There we
Damn,
go.
that's a good brand.
All right, so Zelos is cut. We've got
Hmm.
two left, and then we got
Yeah.
to wrap it up. All
Boom.
right, next is Christopher Ward as well from my side.
This feels hypocritical of me, or this
Yeah.
feels contradictory. Because I literally just
In
said
my-
that the reason why I can cut Formex is because I haven't personally handled it.
Mm-hmm.
To tell you the truth, I also haven't personally handled Christopher
Christopher
Ward.
Ward, right?
I need that in my life. So yeah, I'm keeping it. And
Keep. Oh,
I'm
so the
keeping it.
last one's gonna be a cut, and you're not gonna like that. The last one, then.
Oh, no, 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 no. You know what? I actually stand by this because think about it. CW,
Yeah.
they got the bel canto. They have the loco, which I adore. Their new
Yeah.
GMT movement,
Not my
badass.
favorite. The Loco, I have to say, not my favorite,
Yeah.
but it's a very high horology,
Oh, dude, it is.
but
And at
in
that
an affordable
price,
price.
yes. Dude, that's some
Yeah.
brigade
No.
type movement right there. So,
Big time. Big time.
or even their moon phase or the C63 Sealander GMT is
Mm-hmm.
badass
Yep.
as well. Dude,
Yep.
Christopher Ward is next level, man. The 12? I haven't
Big
even.
time.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm keeping it.
12 is very beautiful.
Yeah,
12 is very beautiful. It's definitely one of my favorite integrated sports.
for sure. For
Well,
sure.
okay, all right. So it looks like the last one I left it for the best. It's called my favorite brand. It's the Rolex, and the guy who I'm speaking with right now, Mr. Gian, actually has one, and it's a very significant watch in his collection that he cannot get rid of. But unfortunately, he has to make that cut.
I should have put
See what I
Longine
did there? You
earlier.
see what I did there?
I should have
I'm
put Longine.
surprised you
Like this is
didn't.
some
I'm very
bullshit.
surprised you didn't. I've got three. I've got three Longines, and I'm surprised you didn't.
No, because I was like, you know what? That's too mean. That's too mean. But I
It's too
did
mean or too easy.
both. But I did trick you into cutting CW, which so
There you go. There you go.
uh
I think it's fair, isn't it?
fair is fair. The game is the game. But yes,
The game's the
the
game, guys.
CW. So again,
Mm.
to wrap it up, I kept CW.
Yep,
Uh
you did.
I kept what do you call this? Cool.
Cool.
Yes.
Yep, and
Uh
you kept the Baltic.
I kept the Baltic.
Yep.
And So for you, you kept Vario, Escudo, and Houtman. So I
Big
think
time.
at the end of the day, I think both of us kept some great brands. So
We did.
yeah,
Yeah, nothing to take away from the other brands that were in there.
yeah,
I have to say that because I do love those brands,
for sure.
except the no Nomos and Second
Yeah,
Air. I'm sorry,
yeah. I
sorry, not
think
sorry.
the only brand that made me sad to cut, like really sad, Formex. I'm
Mm.
just like, ah, no,
Yeah,
Formex.
because
So
you've been really dying for it. Yeah,
yes,
and again, Sabrina, if you're listening to this, yeah,
yeah,
Gian, he absolutely adores your brand. So
yeah.
definitely, yeah, Gian, definitely you should reach out to Formex and see
And
if you
then
can get one.
And then Sabrina says like, I mean, he cut us, so it can't.
Yeah.
He doesn't love us that much, you know. No, but seriously, Formex, badass brand. And I honestly think that I will add one to my collection someday. I
Same
should
as the
include that.
Christopher Ward. I gotta add one, yeah.
Oh,
And
yes,
Andy, yeah,
yes.
yeah. And Andy, if you're listening to this, you know how much, I always tell you that, love your brand.
Mm,
And Declan, you and me, we met in
mm,
Singapore.
yeah,
Um, Shout out to him. He ended up, giving me some free goodies and ended up giving me a beautiful Christmas present. That was that little, wallet thing that I still have it and that I use time to time.
yeah,
The little travel watch wallet. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. But yeah,
Well, I
so
think yeah, we should
all right,
wrap
man.
it up. And
Yeah. So,
it was fun. It was a lot of fun, man. Again, we said 40 minutes, and We've been going since 6 o'clock. It's 9:30 here in
yeah,
Perth.
I'm so sorry,
That is
but it's
crazy.
too fun.
That is
Like,
crazy. It
yeah.
was a lot of fun, but we should
Yes.
definitely do this again.
Yeah. All right. So thank you everyone for watching. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. Please check out Jay's account on Instagram at Dang Horology. I'm also going to put the link in the description. He takes some really great photos and he makes some
Thank you.
awesome reels. Especially check out his slow-mo reel recently. Whew, it's flames. Honestly, it's legit. I'm not even
Thanks, mate.
joking. And then
Thanks,
if
mate.
you want to see more from me, you can check me out on YouTube, link in the description, blah, blah. I also have an Instagram account, also link in the description. And then please check out thewatchbrief.com, where not just me, but also Jay, uh, also Adriel, also Joe from Watch Your Tick, and then, of course, my co-founder Brian. A bunch of us write articles. We have guest
Hey,
writers.
don't forget Gary.
No,
Don't forget
exactly. So
Gary.
most recently we had the guest writer Giri, aka Watch Dad 2023. We also had guest writer Robbie from Robbie and Watches. But basically, uh, please check all of those things out. And to reiterate, this podcast is meant for fun. We don't mean to offend any brands. I mean, how
But
could we,
hey, if the
right?
shoe fits, the
Exactly.
shoe fits. That's
And
just all I'll say.
everything is our opinion, and believe it or not, we are not incentivized to say that we like a brand, and we are not incentivized to say that we don't like a brand. Everything
Yeah,
is just how what we believe. So thanks again
that's
for
it.
watching, or thanks again for listening.
Yep.
See you in the next time.
See ya.